Photo appeal. This man is a friend of the stars. Are you? Have you been photographed with celebrities? Have you got old school pictures? Send them to us at The Word, P.O. Box 972, E14, 90G. Finally, back again to Roseanne Barr. This is the performance at a baseball stadium that President Bush pronounced a disgrace. Chances are she won't be off entertaining the troops. This tape will now self-destruct.
I know Roseanne Barr doesn't look the type, but believe it or not, the whole planet's going health crazy, and it's not just jogging and munching muesli nowadays. Even the nicest people seem to think it's OK to blast like 40 watts of new age music in your face when you pop round for a cuppa. And it gets worse, because one thing Kylie Minogue, Shirley MacLaine and Sly Stallone's mum have in common is crystals. Bits of glass, in a way. Now, they're supposed to calm you down, channel your sexual energies, and make you happy. Mind you, you'd need a big glass of water to swallow that one, wouldn't you? Shayna here, we'll go down and meet her, has a shop in London selling them. Shayna, why would anybody actually want to buy crystals? Because everybody seems to be wearing them nowadays, don't they?
Well, people are just trying to help themselves now, and the crystals are a tool.
I mean, how did you come across crystals yourself?
In New York. There were a lot of people into it, and it seemed like they could really help you.
Did they calm you down?
Yeah, this one's calming me down at the moment, really relaxed.
She can't be. I mean, I'm not nervous at all. And
Okay.
This is live TV.
Yeah.
What about Bill, you know?
Bill here has picked out a very special stone, very new one, very 90s. And I just go for what he's attracted to. He should just pick out whatever he likes, and that will be what he needs at the time.
How much do these crystals cost?
Oh, they start from like 35p.
Oh,
up
right.
to like thousands.
Who makes them?
Mother Nature.
I was trying to catch you out there. I mean, where did it come from? Is it a recent development?
No, very old. Before the Bible, the American Indians were into them, the Egyptians, lots of people.
So just about everybody's had crystals.
Yeah,
so
it's just getting back to nature, really.
We're going to see if this guy, old Bill here, right, my Scouse buddy, can feel the vibes. And what better test of the happy healing powers of the crystal than to test them on Harry Cross? Cheer him up. But, Bill, you know, like if you want to channel your sexual energies or anything like that, you'll have to pop round to the dressing rooms, all right?
Right.
He's a good kid, isn't he? At a cost of over $20 million, Memphis Belle is by far the biggest film to come out of Britain this year. The subject of the movie is America's World War II bomber pilots on a flying mission in Europe. Now, with the current Gulf crisis, a film like this could be appropriate, but an invasion of actors is quite different. Our Amanda de Cadenet went to see what happened when the film industry invades Smallsville, UK.
Northeast England, population 90,000, with nearly as many fish and chip shops and just one cinema. Elton John once wrote a song celebrating the delights of this sleepy seaport, and other than that, Grimsby's showbiz profile is non-existent. At least it was, until Hollywood came to town. For 4 weeks, Grimsby was blitzed by Memphis Belle. A 300-strong production crew invaded the area, occupying the town's 4 major hotels, and sightseers packed the pubs to catch a glimpse of the stars.
There were all sorts of queer people arrived in the pub and made all sorts of queer noises and made all sorts of queer comments.
Wherever you went, there was everybody muttering about the Memphis Belle. Everybody with 1940s haircuts. It was in the papers constantly, headlines. And if it wasn't in the headlines, it was in the middle of the paper.
Caterers demanded 3,000 sausages and 5 tons of beef from local butchers. Local chemists reported an increase in the sale of red lipstick, and flying jackets were seen everywhere.
They asked me to cut 500 men's hair, all 1940s styles, and I had to take my annual holiday leave to do the job, which was very, very tiring, and I lost a whole stone in weight.
Not only was backup provided by local services, but a seemingly endless queue of extras hoping to get one of the 800 roles encircled the town hall.
First morning there, it was, well, there was 300 people stood there. He read the 6 names off his sheet. He said, I'd like these 6 to stand to one side. He said, you are now the football team. And we were soft baseball players.
Propeller dodgers.
Drunks in the toilet. Bomb loaders.
I wanted to be in it because I've always been interested in films and film stars, and there's never been anything like this before in this area, and I think it's the only chance we'd ever have to do it.
So I just took one look in the hangar, and it was just, yeah, absolutely breathtaking. Yeah, everybody milling around. I just didn't expect it.
White with snow. It's I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh Danny boy, I love you so. Yeah,
Well, it's the biggest thing to hit Grimsby since the Second World War, I think.
When the Hollywood hunks checked in, the local women loved it. But the men were harder to please.
The stars, they were really good. They really got on with everybody. They blended in so well that you didn't really realise that there was actors or actresses.
There was one class above you. They was earning the big money. We wasn't.
We invited some of the Grimsby extras to a special screening of Memphis Belle, where we found out what they thought of the film.
Well, just watching it just now, the film, it's not the film that I'd rent from a video shop.
Matthew Modine should go back to selling furniture, basically. We were the drunks in the toilets where we had to come in and sort of stagger over to one of the urinals and actually make all groaning, gurgling noises. But after seeing the film, they cut that piece out. I don't know why. I thought that definitely deserved an Oscar.
It's something to look back on. Got all my photographs, and we'll be able to eventually get the video and say to my kids, that's me, that dot in the background is me.
Grimsby, one of those towns that isn't even twinned with anywhere, but apparently it's got a suicide pact with Rochdale. Anyway, our Amanda, the person who put the Grim in Grimsby there, is actually live in Memphis now with some members of the cast of the film Memphis Belle.
Bearman, I'm going to have to pass the mic.
Oh, really?
Well, I'm in Memphis, Tennessee, home of the Memphis Belle and of Elvis Presley. And I'm here to talk to 3 guys who star in the movie Memphis Belle, which is the biggest British film made this year. I've got Tate Donovan, Billy Zane, and Eric Stoltz. So, Eric, no, stop waving now, tell me. Considering the current situation in the Gulf, do you think that this film is going to be timely?
Oh, God. I don't know. I think it would be tasteless of me to try and exploit a dangerous world situation to promote a film. I think we have a good film and it has nothing to do with the Gulf situation.
And that's it.
Hey, a bit of a rainstorm there on satellite, so we'll be back after the break. See you then.
If you took the clothes of former American Secretary of State and these stars, you'll notice they all have something in common. What is it? Find out after the break. The word.
My sister's a greaser. It makes her prone to spots. Her cosmetic cleanser just isn't enough. But Clearasil removes twice as much grease and helps prevent spots. Now she uses it every day. Maybe it's gone too far.
Spot the difference with Clearasil.
Eddie!
Rosie?
Eddie? Watch it, Arnold.
Broke something.
There you are.
Rosie?
What kind of cola is this? It's not Pepsi. You're not Eddie. Eddie.
Rosie! Honey, here's your Pepsi.
A cola by any other name just isn't the same.
Mustard! Notice anything different about me?
Yes, well, the stupid smug grin's the same as usual.
No, Mustard.
The medallion, yes, very tasteful.
Actually, this astute financial investment was a free introductory offer from these people.
Sproggett and Sylvester? Never heard of them.
Oh, smart cookies. They could do a lot for you.
Yes, well, actually, I got mine at a lot for the Alliance and Leicester.
You don't want to get involved with these fly-by-night financial cowboys, Mustard.
This is one of the biggest building societies in the country.
Size isn't everything, is it, Mustard?
No, no. But they've got things like phone banking.
No. Sproggett and Sylvester have got phones coming out of their ears.
Well, I bet they haven't got a cash card that you can use in other people's machines.
Mustard, this card could get me into Fort Knox. Now then. Right. Mustard.
You get a dafter investor at Sproggett and Sylvester.
When you know cats, you know that some prefer one thing and some another. In tests, Whiskers is the most preferred cat food. Now there's new best quality ever Whiskers. It's more chunky and more succulent. Your cat will tell you it's the most enjoyable Whiskers ever. New best quality ever Whiskers. Our best just got better.
Detox leaves surfaces safe and so clean you could eat your dinner off them. Detox. Wipe away bacteria, wipe away doubt.
We asked what these people had in common naked. The answer, they all have tattoos.
Hey, it's all happening on this show, innit, tonight? We're talking about I've died more times than Captain Scarlet, I tell you. It looks like we've lost the Memphis piece, thanks to a rainstorm happening somewhere in the stratosphere, so we won't be able to go back there to Amanda, so we've abandoned her in the deep south. But now it's time to see if Les Miserable will laugh. Now, if you're eating your tea, you might want to stop at this minute, because now comes a snack that somebody else can eat between meals and is guaranteed to ruin your appetite. And kids, don't try this one at home.
Les Miserable says... Ratman and Robin from Manchester, make me laugh.
Hey, Robin, this is a life, innit? Blackpool in summer, sea, fresh air, seafood. What you got us anyway? What do you get us from that takeaway?
This is all I can get when it's not raining here.
They aren't lobsters and shrimps.
Yeah?
They are cockroaches and worms. I'm not eating one of them.
It's buffalo worm, they're good for you.
Are you sure?
She said they were.
Do they all eat them in Blackpool? I'll try one then, come on.
They do, but they don't know it.
Not bad then.
Gorgeous.
And what other things you got me there?
25 pence each, then, were it? And these?
Oh, I love them.
40p.
Cockroaches. 40p were they?
40 pence each.
Well, at least they're fresh and they're alive. I mean, there's no sell-by date to the cockroach, is there?
These there isn't, no. Just for us, yeah. Eat it in your mouth, not your nose.
Really nice, they are.
Right, here's a special on this.
Oh, king size. Let's have a look at that.
£4, that.
Was that £4?
I won't tell you where I got it from. Everyone will want one if I told you. I think crap's on me.
Yeah. Hey, what talent. And we're uncovering plenty of talent in the future. The Total Recall is America's #1 movie of the year and has made Arnold Schwarzenegger the hottest star in Hollywood. I met him in Beverly Hills, where we hung out at the gym and chilled out in a flash hotel while we chewed the fats. Listen, I get around nowadays a lot. And what am I doing here? Bit flash, innit? Look at this. This is like early Greek McDonald's. Well, it is, of course, a Four Seasons hotel in Los Angeles. I'm here to interview Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
My development in my career was slow and systematic. You know, it started out when I retired in 1975 from bodybuilding championships, winning the Mr. Universe contest, Mr. Olympia, Mr. World, and all those titles, and then slowly got into show business, and really over the last 15 years built up a career. And there was really nothing that was fantasy-like. It was just very hard work, with tremendous struggle, tremendous dedication, always with the willingness to give up anything for it. and to really train as hard in the acting as I did with bodybuilding.
Did you find that girls started taking a bit of an interest in you as well when you started weight training?
Not really. It doesn't make any difference because, you know, I would never spend an hour in the gym for a girl. I mean, you know, you do your sports because you think it's great, it keeps you fit. Maybe the side product of the whole thing is that women are interested in you and find it sexy. Some do, some don't. But I mean, I would never train for that purpose.
I was the only kid who ever got his money back off Charles Atlas, you know. I see you almost as like the new John Wayne in a way.
Well, you know, it's interesting you mentioned John Wayne because the fact of the matter is that John Wayne was one of my idols when I was a kid. I remember watching the John Wayne movies, watching Marlon Brando, Kirk Douglas, and all those guys. So I admired them tremendously. But to be honest with you, at that time, I dreamt about possibly getting into films down the line, but I had no idea that it would go that far.
When I was a kid, I mean, I used to love John Wayne films as well, but I could always see them, whereas I don't think, you know, my mum and dad would like let me go and see some guy getting a spike through his eye, much as I would have actually liked to have gone to see that.
The interesting thing is that the kids go and see it no matter what.
Cut.
Get ready for a surprise!
When my father said to me, you can't go to see this Marlon Brando movie because there's a lot of shooting going on and it's R-rated, you know, youth is not allowed to go in. And so I would go to the exit door and walk in backwards when the people came out, you know, that's how I got in the movie houses and see all those movies. Number one, for free, and number two, I could go in where youth was not really allowed.
If people started doing that in your movies, you wouldn't be so well off, though, would you?
Oh, I would be doing still fine. A few people sneaking in here and there, that's okay.
I was quite surprised to learn that George Bush has made you, like, head of PE, you know, kind of thing for the States, to get physical education back into schools in America. But I always thought that American schools would have PE on the curriculum, you know, make everybody do it.
Well, you're absolutely right that they do. Well, the only thing is that a lot of the schools now claim that there's a budget crunch and that they have to cut out physical education. That's very dangerous because sports does something for kids besides getting them in shape. What we learn from sports is the lessons of life.
When you said it gives you lessons in life, I think the soccer team I played for, it just taught me how to make excuses.
Excuses? Well, he learned all the negative things in life, right?
But we still learn about life, you know.
That's right, sport. Yeah, we always do.
But will it be an example? I mean, what will happen if some junior league football teams start lighting up cigars after the first quarter?
As long as they win. No one will care, believe me.
I want clay delivered alive for reimplantation.
Who the hell am I?
Bugs in your skull.
What is very special, I think, about this film is that although it is violent and it has a lot of action and suspense and all those kind of things, women love it.
That's for making me come to Mars.
Do you think women love it because the blonde girl's the baddie in this one? And normally they always say blondes have more fun, but they don't in this film, really, do they?
Well, she plays, the woman you're talking about plays my wife.
You wouldn't hurt me.
And I believe that she's 8 years married to me and I have this happy marriage. But the fact of the matter is that it's quite different.
After all, we're married.
Consider that a divorce. I find out that my memory has been erased, that someone has reprogrammed my memory, and I believe that it's my wife. In reality, it's not.
Your whole life is just a dream.
If I'm not me, who the hell am I?
Did you actually feel like that when you first came to the United States of America, in a way, especially like Hollywood?
Well, I felt a little bit like this, where you feel lost and you have to kind of start from the beginning and you have to reprogram yourself, re-educate yourself and start from the beginning, because everything you've learned up until now, except maybe your moral guidelines, you have to rework, you know, and you have to start from the beginning in many ways. So there was some of the things that I have gone through in reality, but I mean, thank God, not what I have gone through in a movie.
You, I mean you, you're me.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. And if you haven't seen Total Recall, brilliant film and probably the best thing that Arnold's done so far. Next week, the word really gets going with the biggest exclusive of all. We've got an interview with James Brown, the godfather of soul. Plus, we've got the Charlatans making their first live TV appearance, the Pixies with a number from the album, now number 3 in the album charts, and some attempts to make Les Miserable laugh again. And I suspect Amanda will probably be in the studio next week, so that we've got her here, where we know where she is. But before we go, we have to see how Bill's been getting on with his crystal therapy treatment to cheer him up. Shayna, look at this guy. He looks completely spaced out here, doesn't he? How is it, Bill? Do you feel all right?
I feel 2 things. My wallet's growing. And I feel like giving a song.
A song?
Yeah.
At this stage?
Yeah.
A song like... Has it been a good subject?
Very good.
Very good.
Very
hey,
relaxed.
that's absolutely brilliant. And have you enjoyed clutching? What is that crystal he's got there?
It's called Love You Light.
Love You Light.
It's
and
lovely.
What does that do?
What did it do?
Well, not as good as the other one you were talking about, the sex. I would have rather had one
Well,
of
that's
those.
what you chose, honey. You chose it.
But don't forget, that camera's got you in shot there.
Oh,
You know,
I see.
we don't want you pitching any tents on this show.
No, indeed.
Right, well, nice one. Anyway, the crystals are vibrating. Our stage is on the same ley line as Stonehenge and the concrete cows at Milton Keynes. I think...
Can I sing now?
Well, hang on, you can sing in a minute. Bill's Bill's waiting to go and sing his song. Do they actually help you if you're ill? Because they have crystal healers, don't they? But I always thought they were a bit...
They're just helping you help yourself. You've got to do it. You have to take responsibility for your own life and heal yourself.
Well, what about
They're
people who
helping.
call themselves crystal healers?
They're just helping you to help yourself.
But they charge you quite a bit of money for it, don't they?
That's right. Some people feel they have to pay for it.
What's the most expensive crystal you've ever sold at your shop?
I don't know, about £700, I think.
£700? Would you pay 700 quid for a crystal now that you've felt the vibes from that one?
Well, there'd have to be better vibes for 700 quid, wouldn't they?
do you get a whacking vibe then off the £700 crystal?
Well, I guess that person did.
So why did you come to London to open a crystal shop?
Because there were lots of them in New York, and there isn't anything like my shop in London.
Is business booming, Shayna?
Oh, yeah, booming.
Do you want a partner?
Got a partner somewhere.
Hey, you could have me and Bill.
Yeah,
Like
nice,
a little
yeah.
foursome.
Very
And we
good.
could get the Channel Your Sexual Energies one.
Indeed.
Hey, you get off and do your song then.
Right.
Bill. That's what he's been waiting for.
Away
He's going to
we
join
go.
the farm. You saw the front cover of the NME this week. Now, this group is managed by Suggsy Out of Madness. They've been described as the unluckiest group in the country. Let's hope it isn't the case tonight, because the rest of the show has been pretty tough, hasn't it? Here's a new Mersey beat, The Farm and Groovy Train. See you next week. Thanks a lot, Shayna.
Get off your wheel. Nothing to do with us. Just the other week, well, we did not speak. Turn your back and flipped your head.